So you know him as the comic magician. If you would please put your hands together, welcome Bob Burr.
People who don't know me, I'm Bob Burr, and I do comedy and magic. And if you like me, you've said there's nothing like good magic. Well, you're in for a treat tonight, folks, because everything I do is nothing like good magic whatsoever. And just so you know that the quality of entertainment that we bring here, I personally have been on every major program in this country. Unemployment, welfare, food stamps, we've hit them all. But I'm going to show you how good the magic is, or not good, right now. Don't worry, he's fine. Fly away, there he goes. Whoa! Well, thank you. I appreciate your applauding and laughing, and I've been carrying that in my butt for the last 20 minutes. We have a good show for you tonight, and we have a lot of, I'm going to bring us some different stuff here that I've done, and if things doesn't work out, we can always go bowling. So that's the way it works. A lot of people ask me about what types of tricks and stuff I do. And I'm going to do a card trick right now. And it's a special one because what I did, I'm going to have somebody pick a card. And about 20 years ago, I made a prediction, and I sealed it in a box, and I had it delivered to this site on this date. And if you believe that, you're probably drinking too much alcohol. But we're going to do this, and what I'd like to do, I'd like to, for someone here, maybe you can do it, sir. What's your name?
Mike.
Mike. Mike is going to help me just point to a card. Just point. This card here?
Yep.
Okay. I want you to take that card. And you can show it to everybody if you want. I want you to remember it. Okay? All right. Keep it in your mind, because I have the package here that I actually got. And I actually made, at great expense, a banner so you'd know that I actually made a prediction for this card. And here we go. It is the 3 of spades.
Oh.
Holy shit. Okay. Well, I'm a magician. I can actually fix this. Because we got 1, 2, 3, 4 spades. That's what we've got, ladies and gentlemen.
Yes, sir.
As you see, I like to use the audience for stuff that I do. Thank you. And what I'd like to do is I'd like to borrow something from the audience. And I would like to borrow a $100 bill. $100 bill.
How about 520?
You can just keep it. I don't know where the change came in on that, but 520, no, thank you. $100 bill. Anybody? $100 bill? It's going to be a long show. $100 bill. Anybody? Thank you. Give him a hand for giving me a $100 bill. All right, Mike. Does anybody else have a $100 bill? Yeah, I know. We don't have that much time. All right. So, Mike, what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how you can find out if the bills that you've got are counterfeit or not. But the main thing I want to tell you is never loan money to strangers. But I'm going to show you the difference between counterfeit money and real money. Counterfeit money is made by a very inferior process. It's usually made with poor ink, poor paper. It's usually a photographic type of process where when you look at the bill, you'll see the figures and the numbers are really a little bit out of focus. But with our really good money, like our country produces, they use good ink, good paper. They use more of a plate process. So when they do the plate process, they actually comes out with bills that are clear and distinct in the figures and the numbers. Now, I'm going to show you what you can do to make sure that you have a good $100 bill that's not counterfeit. Now, you have to do a process with that. And I'm going to show you what the process is. And Mike, what I'm going to explain to you is that, which you may not know, is that when our company or our country produces these bills, they do one thing before they send the bills out for distribution. And what they do is they dip all of their bills into fire retardant material. Now, Mike, you're going to love the next part of this trick if you have a sense of humor. So what we are going to do is we are going to take this bill, and I'll tell you, you can buy any processor at any 7-Eleven. This is the processor. And what we're going to do, Mike, is we're going to see if your bill is counterfeit or not. And I'm sure it's not. But this is what you do. You take it, you light it, you see what happens to it. So don't worry about it. Everything... Oh, shit. Okay. I got something to cover this up for us, Mike. What we're going to do, Mike, so I'm going to show you another trick worth $100. Since you've already prepaid. What we're going to do is I'm going to take this piece of paper. We're going to put some weed in it. We're going to smoke it. We're going to forget about your $100 bill. That's what we're going to do. Where's my lighter here? No, it's in this pocket. All right, here we go. All right, hold on, Mike. Here we go. Do you people see this every day? Would it have been better if I pulled this out of my ass like the bowling ball? It seems like you're that kind of crowd. But I don't know if you can come up here, Mike, but if you trust any of these people who can come up and open your bill just to prove that we did get your bill back for you.
Go for it.
Did you want to go up here, Mike?
Go on, Mike.
Come on, Mike. Give Mike another hand.
Didn't pull that off your ass, right?
Right. I can assure you that I did not pull this on my. I want you to turn around. You can come over here.
Lights young.
Okay.
Yeah, so everybody can see you. And this just proves that I got your money back for you. And that's just part of the thing that should prove that we got your money back and that everything is good.
It's close. Not real close, but it's close.
Inflation sucks, doesn't it, Mike? It really does. Wait a minute. Stay here. I'm going to make this good for you. Because what we're going to do is I'm going to show you and everybody else how you can increase your money. And it's really simple, easy. What you do is you take any denomination bill and you fold it in half and you put a crease along this edge right here, just like that. And then you fold it in half again, you put a crease along that edge. Then you fold it again, just like that, you put a crease along that edge. And one more time, you make a last fold, and you put a crease along that edge. And you know what happens when you open up your money? It increases. Your money increases. But we did increase your money because we did take that $1 bill and we folded it up, and we had enough creases in there to make it back to your $100 bill again, just like that. So, thank you. You have a good time. Enjoy the rest of the show. And just remember, that's how I get rid of my counterfeit $100 bill. So, everybody does like money, and it's a popular thing with everybody out there. So I'm going to show you, and here we go. Here we go.
Money makes the world go around, the world go around, the world go around. Money makes the world go around, it makes the world go round. A mark again, a buck or a pound, a buck or a pound, a buck or a pound. It's all that makes the world go around, the clinking, clanking sound that makes the world go round. Money, 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 money. And you feel like a nice entertainment you can pay for the gay escapade. If you happen to be rich and alone, would you need a companion you can sing a lady for the lady? If you happen to be safe, you can find who are left by your lover who you moan and you don't quite a lot. You can take it on the chin, call a cab and begin to recover on your 14 carats. Yeah, what? Money makes the world go around, the world go around, the world go around. Money makes the world go around. Of this we both are sure of the poor. Money, 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 money. When you haven't any cold, and you freeze in the winter, and you burst in the wind at your face. When you haven't any shoes on your feet, and your coat singers paper, and you look 30 pounds on your feet. When you go to get the world of the fight from the fat little fighter, he will tell you to laugh evermore. But when how you come to back the window, see how love flies out the door. Money makes the world go around, the world go around, the world go around. Money makes the world go around, the clinking, clanking sound. Oh, money, 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 get a little money, 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 a mark again, a buck or a pound, the clinking, clanking, clanking sound. It's all that makes the world go round, makes the world go round.
Whoa! Thank you. Thank you. We lost a few here. There you go. You know, one of the things that I like to do is people always ask me, how did you start learning magic? And what was your first trick? Or what actually happened when you first learned magic? And the first time I learned magic was due to my dad. And I was about 5 years old. It's my first day of school. And I actually was coming down the stairs, first day of school, and my dad stopped me at the table, and he said to me, "It's a special day for you. So what I'd like to do is I'd like to do a special thing for you for your first day of school." He says, "I'm going to show you a magic trick." Now, my dad wasn't a magician, but he actually entertains the company and the family when we get together. So he did this trick, and I'm going to show it to you. And what he did is he took a normal paper bag that we use for lunches, and he said, "I am going to vanish a bottle." And what he did is he took a bottle off the table. Now, we had many of these bottles on the table. We never knew my dad had a drinking problem until one day he came home sober. He was on a 12-step program, and that was before he brought the liquor up from the basement, but that's another story. So what he did is he put the bottle inside the bag. He said the magic word, which he told me he learned in church many years ago. Bingo! He said the bottle is gone. He said that the hard part of the trick is to make the bottle come back. He said the word bingo, and he brought the bottle back. I was happy, he was happy. It was really a shitty trick. I was 5, I didn't know any better. I was 7, he did the trick again. But I was ready for him because I think this is the only trick he knew. So he said, "I'm going to show you a trick," and I let him go right ahead. He said he took the bottle, he put it into the bag. He said the magic word, bingo, and he said the bottle is gone, and I quickly said, "Prove it." Well, this was a thing that he was able to prove, and I found out later what he did is he held the bottle from outside the bag. He tipped the bag over, and the bottle didn't fall out. He said the magic word, he brought the bottle back. I was happy, he was happy, still a shitty trick. So my dad, what I figured that my dad should have done this a little bit better. So I figured I'm going to improve this trick. And so I did. So I got interested in magic, and I actually found out a way to make this trick better. What I found out is that my dad should have taken the bottle, should have put it inside the bag. He should have said the magic word bingo. He should have proved to me that the bottle was gone by holding onto the bottle, tipping over the bag, and the bottle's not coming out. But what my dad shouldn't do, and what he should have done, but he didn't do it, is he should have reached inside the bag. He should have pulled out a glass with liquid in it. And that what my dad should have done, which he didn't do, is he should have vanished the bottle totally, and that would have been a good trick. You know, I forgot all about, I put some margarita mix in there tonight, and I brought some salt, but I didn't get to use it. So let me see if I can do something with this to make it a little better. So hold on just a minute. Because I love tequila. There we go. As I told you, I started magic when I was young, about 9 years old. And my parents were very supportive of me going into magic, as long as I had a plan B. And I did. I had a plan B. But I enjoyed doing it so much. I enjoyed entertaining that I kept on doing it, and they supported me in that. My dad used to bring me down to the New York City every Christmas, and we used to go to a magic shop down there, and we used to buy some magic tricks, which was nice. I enjoyed that. But when I was down there, I actually saw somebody on the corner with a deck of cards, had a whole bunch of people around him, and he had a cardboard box. And I thought, well, he was probably doing magic, and I'd like to go over there and see what he was doing. Well, what I did when I went over there, I found out that he was not doing magic. He was doing a gambling game, which they call three-card Monte, Follow the Queen. And I've never seen that before. It was amazing to me. So I was so amazed that one gentleman can gather a whole group of strangers with 3 cards, have them that bet their money, lose their money, to play a game that's never been won in 500 years, and then they go away happy. This, ladies and gentlemen, was my first religious experience. And I decided from that on I was going to do this trick, or at least tell people about why not to do the trick. So I'm going to show you a version of this, which is what they call a 3-card Monte. And this is a different version. They have so many different versions of it. But during the course of this demonstration, I'm going to actually show you where the cards are, which you would not see during the course of this game as you would be playing. So what he does is that, as I said, there are 3 cards. Okay? There's 2 black cards and a red card. And what you have to do is you have to find the queen. So what he does is he mixes the cards. And he puts the king on the table. So I have an ace and a queen in my hand. Now, and I have the king on the table. Now, you know I have the queen in my hand because I've shown it to you. But people who heard the thing don't know that, and they're going to have to make a bet. So what they do is they put their money down, and the gentleman that's putting his money down bets that the queen is in my hand. And he would be right. But I have to make a quick switch because I don't want him to win. And I show him that the queen is on the table and not in my hand. Now, this gentleman that just lost his money is probably thinking there's something wrong here. And he would be right. And I want to keep him here to bet more money because this is my job at this point. So I have to make it enticing to him to stay and bet more money. And this is what I do. I tell him, listen, forget about the queen. You're not going to find the queen. I just want you to find one of the 2 black cards. I've increased his odds tremendously by doing that. And he stays. And he bets another bet because he just has to find one of the black cards. And in the process of doing this, I make him see me turning over a card, which is the ace, putting the ace on the table. And just so you know, I have the queen and the king in my hand. Now, I've actually put myself in a bad situation. I have a black card in my hand and a black card on the table. So whichever he chooses, he's going to win. But he's not. Because whatever he chooses, I'm going to make sure that that's not the right card. So he says, I think you've got a black card on the table. So again, I make a quick switch, and I show him, no, it's the queen that's on the table right now. Now, I'm going to tell you 3 other important things in life that I've learned. And I learned that from a magician a long time ago, Mr. Harry Anderson, who told me these. I live by these 3 rules, and you should live by them too. And this worked out for me. The first rule is never play cards with a guy named Pops. Never eat at a place called Mom's. And the most important one of all is a fool and his money were never meant to be together in the first place. How many married people do we have in the audience today? Married people? Married people? One? How many years married? Too long. All right. Yeah, okay, that hurts. Okay. But I asked that question about a week ago, and the lady yells out, 62 years of marriage. And I was amazed. 62 years. I couldn't get by 13 years with 2 marriages. So I said to her, I says, what do you attribute 62 years of marriage to that handsome gentleman sitting next to you? And without a skip of a beat, she stood up and she yelled out, he won't die. I was totally unaware breathing was an important part of marriage. In fact, being a magician, marriage is really similar to a deck of cards. You start out with 2 hearts and a diamond, and you end up looking for a club and a spade. I have a very, very pessimistic view of marriage, as I said. I look at marriage like a tornado. In the beginning, there's a lot of sucking and blowing, and then you lose the freaking house. So. Not only did I lose the house, I lost my furniture, the car, the custody of our 3 children. Now, I only have 2 children, so I owe her one. I don't know how that happened. Actually, my first marriage was due to we were incompatible. See, she couldn't stand me drunk, and I couldn't stand her sober. My second marriage was due to religious differences. See, I'm Protestant, and she was Satan. So, with 2 marriages under my belt, I left with nothing for each, and I'm proud to say I have most of that still today. But my friends kept telling me you should be thinking of people that you could date that would be convenient for you to date. So I thought about it a while, and I thought homeless women would be good. They'd be easy to convince to stay overnight at my house. And then when the date was over, I could just drop them off anywhere. The second group of women I thought was a good choice was female Brahma bull riders. Because any woman that thinks 8 seconds is a long time, I need to date. So my friends kept telling me you should be going to singles bars and looking for people. And I hate that because I've done that a long time before I was married, and I don't like it. I have to think of good pickup lines, and I'm not that one to do it. But I thought, let me try it. So I went to a singles bar, and there was a beautiful young lady sitting at the end of the bar, and I wanted to play it classy. I wanted to take the higher road here. So I didn't say anything. I just sat there, and I looked at my watch. And after 10 minutes, she actually initiated the conversation. She says, "What is it with you and that watch?" I said, "Well, this is a psychic watch. This watch tells me all I need to know." She says, "What is it telling you right now?" "Well, it's telling me you're not wearing any panties." She said, "You are so wrong." I said, wait, it's an hour fast. Wait a minute. Then my friends go, "You should be dating women your own age." So I'm dating 2 26-year-olds. and it's working out okay. I went to a local restaurant with one of them the other night, and we had a great meal. We went back to her place, and we turned on the light of her bedroom, and the whole wall right next to her bed was filled with stuffed animals. She had shelves and shelves of stuffed animals. She must have collected from she was a kid. And I was kind of like, turned a little off on that. But we finally got over that. We turned the light off. We went to bed. We woke up the next morning. I turned to her and I said, well, how was I? She says, well, you can select anything from the lower shelf. I'm still seeing her because I'm trading things up to the bigger ones on top, so we'll see how that works out. I'm going to show you another card trick, and it has to do with relationships. I'm trying to clean it up for corporate work. So I'm going to tell you a story using cards, rhyme, and wit. I composed it myself, and that ain't no shock. The story consists of two gals and a guy, a soap opera of sorts, and I'll tell you why. The first two or three were husband and wife, a king and a queen for most of their life. He called her Edith, she called him Stan. She was the queen, Stan was her man. Now the king, he could smile, but Edith could not, for the child they wanted and could not be got. Now the king was quite virile, potent, well made. It was the queen who was sterile. You see, she is spayed. Now the king yearned his son to carry his name, and so it was Edith he started to blame. The yelling and screaming, Edith couldn't stand it no more. She called Stan a bum and his mistress a creep. You see, she knew about Kate, a pretty young lass with the face of a queen and a firm, shapely nose. It was Kate that Stan lusted, but still loved his queen, so a threesome they became with the king in between. The King-Stan trio they came to be known, but the king with two queens would be rocking the throne. You see, love and greed don't mix well with fate. And soon it was Edith who lusted for Kate. See, now you're interested. Well, two queens in love soon sent Stan away, but he would return. He wanted to play. Well, they refused him quick, and they sent him outside the walls, and should he return, they would cut off his bald head. But the king was persistent. He wanted to stay, and so he returned when Kate was away. A battle broke out. Edith screamed, yelled, and hissed, not to mention the king. Oh, boy, was he pretty upset. But Kate would return, much to Edith's delight. But what of King Stan? Well, nowhere in sight. So we're left with two queens, quite happy, rather gay, but not so the king, he'd not had his way. So what is the moral, the lesson we learn of Kate, Stan, and Edith and the tables they turn? Well, I told it to Stan, now I'll tell it to you. You can't have your Kate and Edith too. Is there anybody celebrating anything here today? Any anniversaries, birthdays, the lab tests come back negative, anything? Anything? Anybody celebrating anything? Or coming to celebrate anything?
Ron's birthday was Tuesday.
Oh, it was? What's that? You're okay. I'm going to use you as a representative of the audience to give you a little something to remember it by, okay? I'm going to give you a balloon animal. Okay, we're going to do that. So I need some sophisticated balloon blowing music here. So let me kind of pick something out here, and we'll see what we got. Classy, classy. What's your name?
Jenny.
Jenny. Thank you. Jenny, you're going to have a balloon animal in about 20 minutes. It's going to be a little balloon doggy. It's going to look like a Shih Tzu, but you're going to love it. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for your attention. I really appreciate it. Are you having a good time so far?